Kaspa sentiment has exploded back above 90%. But here's the twist. While the charts look sleepy, whales are quietly moving millions. Liquidity traps are forming in both directions, and the long-awaited Layer 2 launch could be the ignition point for Kaspa's next breakout. Are we on the verge of a run to 10 cents and beyond, or is Kaspa setting up another nasty fake-out back into the 7-cent zone? Stay with me because today I'm breaking down the price action, the whale wallets, the indicators, and the fundamentals that could decide Kaspa's next big move. Let's zoom out and set the stage. Kaspa has been one of the fastest-growing proof-of-work blockchains of the year. Unlike most projects that hype themselves into oblivion, Kaspa has built a reputation on speed, scalability, and raw decentralization. And despite a shaky September, community confidence hasn't just survived, it's bounced back stronger. Sentiment trackers now show over 90% positivity across Kaspa investors and traders. That's a massive rebound considering how quickly fear spreads in crypto. Remember, most altcoins would kill for anything above 70%. The excitement isn't blind. The community is rallying around one big catalyst: Kaspa's upcoming Layer 2 launch. This could take the network from a high-throughput chain into a scalable, DeFi-ready ecosystem. Imagine Ethereum's scaling drama, but solved with Kaspa's speed and efficiency. That's the narrative, and investors are clearly paying attention, but optimism only gets you so far. The charts are telling us something different. For nearly 2 months, Kaspa's price has been locked inside a wide 7 cents to 10 cents range. No matter how loud the bulls get, resistance keeps slapping the price back down, and no matter how hard bears push, buyers keep stepping in to defend support. This kind of tight range-bound action usually means one thing: a big breakout is coming. The question is, which direction? To answer that, let's dissect the liquidity map. Kaspa's liquidity map shows clusters forming in both directions. On the downside, there's heavy liquidity around $0.081. That's where a lot of stop losses are parked, waiting to get triggered. On the upside, liquidity stretches all the way to $0.091, which means plenty of traders are ready to take profits if price pushes higher. This is like setting up dominoes. Once one cluster gets tapped, the price usually accelerates in that direction because orders start cascading. That's why these levels matter. They're not just numbers on a chart, they're decision points for the market. And while all this is happening, whales are quietly positioning themselves. Wallet 8, one of the top Kaspa holders, just scooped up 6.1 million KAS. That's not a typo. 6.1 million tokens in one move straight from Kraken. Now whales don't chase hype the way retail traders do. They accumulate when the market is uncertain, when retail is bored, when the charts look dead. That's because whales don't care about the next 2 hours. They care about the next 2 years, and right now they're showing serious long-term confidence. So retail is waiting for fireworks, whales are loading up, and the liquidity map is screaming big move ahead. Suspenseful enough? Let's get into the data. Kaspa is kicking off the week around $0.083, up roughly 3% in the last 4-hour move. On the surface, that's nothing special, but dig deeper and the picture gets clearer. The September rally that carried the price from $0.072 to $0.095 has cooled off, and now Kaspa is hovering in the middle of its channel. This is classic consolidation after a push. Traders are deciding whether to reload or bail. The critical level here is $0.082, $0.083. Buyers have defended this spot multiple times already this month. It's basically the floorboards holding up the whole house. If that level holds again, price has room to climb back toward resistance at 9 cents, $0.095, break $0.095, and it's game on. That would open the door for Kaspa to attack the psychological 10 cents barrier, and if momentum really builds, maybe even stretch to 11 cents, which was the high back in late July. But, and it's a big but, if $0.082 breaks, it's going to get messy. The next target would be the early September low at $0.072, and if that gives way, we're staring down a potential slide into the high $0, 0.6s. That's where weak hands start panicking. Now let's talk indicators because they're basically the referee in this fight. RSI is at 52, that's neutral, smack in the middle. Momentum isn't favoring bulls or bears right now. Open interest sits at $424 million, lighter than earlier peaks. Translation: there's less leverage in the system, so the next breakout could be cleaner, without forced liquidations messing everything up. Net longs are about $136 million, while net shorts are around $171 million. That's a slight lean toward shorts, but not strong enough to dominate. Put it all together and indicators are screaming neutral. This is the calm before the storm. Now let's layer in psychology. Because markets aren't just math, they're people. Right now, traders are split into two camps. Camp 1, the bulls. They see Layer 2 as a game changer and believe whales are front-running the next breakout. Camp 2, the bears. They see Kaspa's repeated failures at $0.095 and think it's only a matter of time before support collapses. The funny part? Both camps are right, depending on which level breaks first. That's why we're seeing sideways chop. It's a standoff. Beyond charts, fundamentals are quietly working in Kaspa's favor. The Layer 2 launch is the big one. If executed well, it brings scalability, opens doors for DeFi, and positions Kaspa as not just another fast chain, but as a serious ecosystem contender. Whale accumulation is another. Whales don't gamble millions unless they see long-term upside. Community growth, Kaspa's community has been expanding steadily, with developers, miners, and investors aligning behind the same vision. These fundamentals create a safety net. Even if the price dips in the short term, long-term conviction is building. Let's be honest. Watching Kaspa trade sideways between 7 cents and 10 cents is like binge-watching a TV show where every episode ends in a cliffhanger. You keep waiting for something to happen, but instead you just get another previously on Kaspa montage. But here's the twist. When the breakout finally happens, it's usually worth the wait. Here's why this isn't just another altcoin stuck in a range. Kaspa's proof-of-work model makes it stand out in a sea of proof-of-stake competitors. Its DAG-based consensus gives it unmatched speed for a POW chain. Now combine that with the potential of a Layer 2 ecosystem, and you've got a blockchain that could bridge the gap between raw security and actual scalability. Add in whale confidence and retail excitement, and the ingredients for a major rally are all there. The only thing missing is the spark. So, whether Kaspa breaks to 10 cents or dips back to 7 cents, the bigger story is that the groundwork for the next expansion phase is already being laid. And that's exactly why whales are quietly positioning themselves right now. Let's wrap this up with the key levels and insights. Support at $0.082, $0.083 is the floor to watch. Lose it, and $0.072 comes into play. Resistance at 9 cents. $0.095 must break for 10 cents to be in reach. Indicators are neutral, waiting for momentum to tip. Whales. Accumulating millions shows traders are still confident. Layer 2 launch is the game changer, so the million-dollar question is, do you think Kaspa smashes through 10 cents before the L2 launch, or do we first get a fake-out dip back towards 7 cents? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to see where you stand. And if you found this breakdown valuable, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll be the first to know when Kaspa finally makes its move. Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Cryptocurrency markets are volatile and risky. Always do your own research and consult a licensed financial advisor before investing.